Hey friends, welcome to One Flight Down. Welcome to the Terry Isle Tasting Lounge. Today we are checking out a beer from the Fort Garry Brewing Company from right here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. This one is called Midas Tap. It is a golden stout. All right, yeah, Golden Stout, Midas Tap Golden Stout, Fort Garry Brewing. This is a beer I got from my friend Mitch. I got it a few months ago, around the time I was moving into the new space here, the new Terry Isle Tasting Lounge. And at first I couldn't figure out what it was called, so I don't know, not the greatest like label design on this one. I don't know, maybe it's just the lettering over the gold looks weird. The kind of oddly shaped font with the backwards S, and just like on the can, I don't know, it looks a little odd to me. But yeah, and I do find the black on gold a little tough to read. It is 5% alcohol. There's a little story on the side that I'm going to attempt to read if I can. Let's see here. Behold the Golden Stout, a brew with a Midas touch, capturing senses with its mind-bending, bright golden color. Experience a silky and creamy texture, unfolding notes of locally sourced roasted coffee and rich chocolate, all while a hint of vanilla lingers on your palate. This sounds fantastic. Yeah, I haven't had a ton of golden stouts in my time. I've had a couple. It's definitely a style I've seen around, but it's not that common. But yeah, let's get into it. I gotta say though, as much as I'm not crazy about like the can design, always love the sexy black top. All right, let's get into this. So pour it into a generic pint glass. Yeah, Fort Garry Brewing has been around for quite a while. They actually like date back to like the 1930s according to all their advertising, but they were not around for a long, long time. Kind of resurfaced in the 90s, and for the longest time were the only local brewery we had here in Winnipeg. And yeah, they've kind of got their core lineup that they've had for most of those years. And in the last few years, have been getting into some small batch craft stuff. That's where this one lies. The color on this, as promised, nice and golden. I bet you can see my face through this too. If you try hard enough, huh? Look at that. The lighting were a little better. There you go. There's my face. There's a nice upside down snowfall there, but a very slow upside down snowfall. It's like the kind of snow you want to walk around in and enjoy. That's kind of what we had here yesterday. Finally looking outside, seeing some snow on the ground out here. Took a little while for winter to arrive here in Winnipeg. It is here now, and yeah, it's still pretty darn mellow here right now for Winnipeg winter. All right, anyway, why am I telling you about the weather? Why am I not just talking about beer? Let's get a nose on this. Whoa. Well, okay, the coffee notes on this, super, super strong. And I know I read that in the can, but it's still surprising when a beer looks like this. Put your nose to it and get like a strong, strong whiff of coffee in there. That smells fantastic. What did it also say? I think it said vanilla. Vanilla and chocolate. I'm not necessarily getting that on the nose, but let's see what happens taste-wise. Let's get into this. Cheers, my friends. It's got a nice, thick, creamy mouthfeel. The coffee note is pretty strong. I do get the vanilla, not necessarily the chocolate. I do get the vanilla kind of in the aftertaste a bit. The coffee's quite strong up front. There is a bit of a lingering, like sort of like burnt coffee kind of a note at the end. I'm not super crazy about, but the vanilla kind of tames that down a little bit. It's pretty nice. I mean, if you like coffee flavored beers, I wouldn't say this is the best one I've had, but it's pretty good. And to get one like that looks like this is always kind of fun. Yeah, and I really appreciate the mouthfeel on this. I mean, it does feel like a nice full-bodied stout. You know, sometimes you get a stout and it's a little thin. Sometimes you get one that's a nice, thick, full body. That's what this is like. This is actually a much, like a much thicker, fuller stout than many of the dark ones that I've had. Mitch, thank you so much for getting this beer to me. And to the rest of you, thanks for dropping by the Terry Isle Tasting Lounge. We'll see you all again real soon, my friends. Cheers.